at the beginning of the program, I heard you saying, before we jumped on, you were saying about if you feel inspired to do something, to do it. And that has been coming up a lot for me too, like in talking with other people, is that when we get these ideas because I have this idea too that's burning inside of me right now, and I like almost want to beat myself up at times saying, dang, am I being lazy? What am I being fearful of, or whatever? But it was the same thing with doing videos. For almost a year, or if not more, I kept feeling the push to do a video, but I was not ready. Even though everybody who spoke to me said, you need to be doing this because this is what you're called to do, blah, blah, blah. I knew it, but it was not time. And the way that it happened, it wasn't even planning so much for it, because there's so many times I made videos and I deleted it. I tried to go live, I was too scared to press the live button. But there was something that happened. I think the jewelry, I think I told you guys before too, what made me say, okay, they said, if you want to get sales, you're gonna have to get on camera. And I was like, all right, that'll help me get warmed up too anyways. And I first jumped on it and was so scared, but there was something still pushing me, gently pushing me too. Until I did a live doing a reading one night, and all of a sudden, when I got off the live, my vibration was so high because I wasn't doing the jewelry. I was doing something in a spiritual realm for me, and my vibration rose so high. I could feel in my spirit exactly what to do, how to ask people to go on the live, what to talk about, how we can help other people by doing this, talking about what other people are doing, so we know how to, you know what I mean, make connections. And I didn't need to ask anybody permission. And so I look back and I'm like, all that time I couldn't waste it. It wasn't wasted time, it was preparation. It was preparation so that, you know, when I got the flow of it. So I love that now that's happening to me with the idea that I have that I would love to create. A lot of times I want to beat myself up and say, what's stopping me? Why am I not doing it? What am I scared of? And it's good, I think, sometimes to remind my spirit too, and myself as I'm speaking, to say, it's not that you're scared, it's that you're being prepared. You know, so when synchronicity hits, you feel such a confidence because clarity is so powerful. You move in that direction without having to ask for permission from somebody. What do you think? I think that's my biggest thing. You know, a lot of people like to reach out and say, what do you think? Do you think I should do this? Can I have this option? Or I've done it myself where you reach out to someone and you want the approval of somebody else to make a move and do something. But when clarity comes and the spirit moves you, you don't need permission. You know what to do. You know who to talk to. You know how to talk to them. And so I love that. That's something that you just pointed out with your friend that just popped up. It was that you were being prepared. So now when you created this platform, you were able to just share out where you needed to share out. So we're all where we need to be. It's so funny, no matter what spiritual talk I speak on what subject we talk on, what readings I've done, it always comes back to you're right where you're supposed to be.
And you know, that should be something that someone really should embrace. And I have to remind, and people,
love that word.
This is not a degree you get and hang on a wall.
Yes. And it's not one that stops either.
Sometimes I'm like, I knew that. Why did I die? I tell people this.
Never stops.
Sometimes I have to say, I cannot not be on my path. I have to say that to myself too, guys, just like I tell y'all. When it comes to like, even with the Twitch thing, because there's some things that I have ideas right now, and we could bring this up too. I mentioned the Prudence before we started. You know, they think a lot of people may think I'm nuts anyway. So I don't care about that. Like you just said, acceptance and permission, and you don't need people's approval. If we freely speak, especially when it's not like a network, like we're not working for ABC or NBC and all that. When we're too careful about, because I'm about to say something, gonna bring up when I said I go up and then come back down.
Go
And
ahead.
then
I already know how you do.
okay. So when we are ourselves, and people need, maybe someone needs to hear this. If you just be yourself, and what's being yourself? Allowing your freedom of expression, your gifting, your. I was on someone's podcast yesterday on iHeartRadio, which they pre-record and they'll do little things later and show people. I said to him, I said, you know, because we were talking about following your intuition and your inspiration, like you were saying. Don't worry about permission from man. And people want to know, well, how do I know? I say, think about this. Because life is going to do this to you, no matter what, whether you're thinking about it or not. Think about this. What is it that you cannot help not doing? You can't imagine yourself not doing. And just sit with that. Don't tell anybody. Don't worry about it. Me, even as a spiritual teacher, I don't want to hear it. That's you and you. I can coach you in it. I can't pick it out for you. So, and I said this, because life will corner you into being yourself. I'm telling you, Prudence, I know you can speak to this too. Life will corner you. You're up there talking about, well, I like doing this and I like doing that. And I don't mind doing that. That's somebody that life ain't cornered yet.
Yes.
But when life corner you, there's going to be something in you that you feel like you'd rather die than not do it. And I told him yesterday, because if you don't do it, you will die. And I like for people to test it. Try not to do what you feel like you were built in a factory to go do it.
Or that you need permission. I want to say, or that you need, or that you think you need permission to do it. See if that person gives you permission. Would you not do it? If they, you know what I mean, the opposite of whatever it is. Then is it enough to get you inspired to do it, or whether they told you or not, are you gonna go do it? Yeah, I think people are starting to look more and realize that they can trust themselves too, and not look to other people for their path, because everybody's path is so individualized, you know, and we have to, and I think we're getting to a space too. I feel that I am, because of the people that surrounds me, is we're getting to a space where we can be comfortable to allow people to have their own path, and their path does not need to look like ours.